Hi, and today what I want to do is show you my new office here in France. Last weekend, Dave and I spent 2 days painting this whole room. So this actually used to be a storage room in the French house, and it used to have a wooden ceiling, dark walls. So several coats of paint later, and it's now nice and white and bright. Put a new carpet in, and also put some good lighting. So I feel that when I'm working in the business, I like to have a really light, bright room. It just keeps me alert. The worst thing I can do is work in a dark room. That's, I guess, just me. But yeah, so this is where it all happens, in case you wonder what's behind the webinar when you see my webinars and my videos. So these are my three computer screens I use, also when I'm doing webinars. That's my microphone there. I like having 3 screens, particularly when doing webinars. It's very, very useful when you're doing webinars. And also, I think that when you're just working in the office, having a minimum of 2 screens is just really, really useful. Even when I'm working with my laptop, I actually have a portable flat screen which I carry in my laptop case, so that even when I'm away from home, like in America or something, I still have at least a dual screen setup. So yeah, so this is my office. I've got a little chaise lounge here, which is like a little couch. So this is the couch I actually use when I'm watching training videos. So if I buy like an internet marketing course, I'm learning some new strategies or tactics, or maybe I'm watching the recordings of a workshop or seminar which I couldn't attend, I'll sit down here on my couch and then watch the internet marketing videos there on my big 27-inch computer monitor. And then over here, so Dave, if you just move over there so everybody can see. Actually, why don't you just pan around here? So this is the corner of my office. I haven't quite finished it yet, but this is a teleprompter, or sometimes known as an auto cue, for making sales videos. So I'm actually going to be shooting a sales video this afternoon. Dave's actually going to be presenting the sales video. I'm going to be behind the camera. Dave's got a new product coming out. So something called Create Real Wealth. You want to have a look out for that in a few weeks' time. So Dave's going to be shooting the sales video for that product this afternoon, and then we use something called the Teleprompter for that. So that's one of those things where you can look directly into the camera and you can see the words appearing. It's like what they have in TV studios. So you can see a script appearing without losing eye line directly for the camera. So yeah, so that's what we use for that. And then yesterday, my what I like to call my big ass whiteboard arrived in the post. So this is my big ideas board where I can kind of jot down, it's like a brain dump of everything in my brain and put it down. So I went through some training yesterday, come up with some new strategies for Facebook. So I'm just mapping these out on the whiteboard. So what this is, I might actually make some training videos on this in a few weeks' time. You have to don't worry about the spelling mistakes. This is just for my purpose. So what this strategy actually is, it's quite an interesting strategy. It's kind of like 3 separate blocks what we do on Facebook. So what I actually going to be doing is I'm going to be running lots of video ads on Facebook. So these are going to be videos which I'm running on Facebook, advertising, which don't actually link to anything. So these are just videos only, so people don't leave Facebook, and it's advertising to people only on mobile phones. And this is super, super, super cheap to do, because Facebook really likes this, because we're giving really good content away for free, and we're not linking to a sales page or a sales video or anything like that. We're just keeping people on Facebook. And when you do that, the advertising is extraordinarily cheap. And we advertise this to an audience of around 1 million people. We make sure that people only ever see the videos once, so only advertising to people once. As soon as somebody's watched between 25% and 50%, well, I think it's going to be probably between 50% and 75% of the video. If they've watched 75% of a video or 50% of a video, it means that they're engaged, they're interested in the subject, and we can then take these people and put them into a list on Facebook, and that's what we call retargeting. So we can put them into a retargeting list. We've like captured those people, and now I can advertise some really good high quality training videos to these people continuously over the course of a few weeks. Again, this is very cheap, but remember, these are now people who are super interested, they're super engaged, they know my brand, they feel like they know me, and now what I can do is I can now advertise products and services to these people, like my licensed partner team webinar, or high-end product or coaching products, things like this. And if I just tried to sell like a $5,000 product or a $10,000 product or a $1,000 product to cold people, people have never heard of me before, it's almost impossible to convert these people. Even if you try and get these people, these cold people have never heard of me, if I try and get these people directly onto a webinar to sell a high ticket product, it's very, very challenging, it's very difficult. But if I bring them in here, build a relationship with these people get to know, like, and trust me, it's then very, very easy then to sell high ticket products to them. It's kind of like what we do with an email list, very, very similar to an email list, but we're just doing it all within Facebook. So that's a brand new strategy, which I was just mapping out on the whiteboard yesterday. This is the kind of things I love whiteboards for. I still want to put a massive whiteboard in my living room. I still want to put a massive whiteboard in my bathroom, but Dave won't let me put a whiteboard in the bathroom. Oh well. I would like to have one so I could just jot things down. And then we have my second computer desk here. So this is not really for the business. This is a hobby computer desk. So one of my hobbies is, you may know, is watching movies, which is why every now and again I have movie reviews actually in my newsletter. So I actually have a movie collection of over 1,100 DVDs and Blu-rays. And it became a bit of a problem, you know, where to keep all the discs. There's just so many, there's boxes and boxes and boxes of them. So what I've actually done is I've ripped all the data off all 1,000 DVDs and Blu-rays and put them on a server. And if you just look underneath the desk here, you can see these boxes here. The box on the left is actually for the business. That's all my office files. It's a slightly older machine. And then the box on the right is what we call a network attached storage device that has 30 terabytes of data. So that's 30,000 gigabytes of data. And that holds all of my DVDs and Blu-ray, my entire movie collection on there. And then we can access that movie collection via an interface that looks just like Netflix anywhere in the house. I can even access it on my mobile phone when I'm away from home, which is pretty cool. So this is the desk I use to copy all of the Blu-rays. So I use this computer here. This is my encoding computer. So this computer here I use for copying all the discs onto the system, managing my database and stuff like that. And I like to keep it separate from my office computer, because if I'm, copying some discs, I don't want it, tying up my office machine if, I'm meant to be doing some work. So that's why I keep it separate. Oh, by the way, Green Book. Just watched that last night, night before last. Really good movie, won a few Oscars, I believe. So yeah, highly recommended. It's quite funny as well. So yeah, great movie. So that's one which I've just copied onto the system. So anyway, so that's my new office. I just thought I would show it to you because I had a few people commenting and asking if they could see it. Haven't sorted out the network cable problem yet. Thank you to everybody who emailed me in saying, about the, because I was having a problem with the network cable getting interference on my network cables from downstairs. They were getting interference from the power cables under the floorboards. And I had about 5 or 6 people email me back and tell me that I should be using screened network cable. So thank you so much for that. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be buying some screened or double screened network cable so I can run a network cable under the floorboards for this room. Because at the moment, the network cable, which links downstairs, is just going underneath the carpet and gaffer taped or duct tape down the stairs and everything, which isn't a great solution. So yeah, so that's going to be a project for next week. Anyway, so that's my office. Hope you guys found that useful, and I'll see you next time.